fears in our life. Outdated mental labels create fear that leads to anxiety, reaction, conflict in relationship. Fear is one of the most important factors in our strained relationship in the modern times. We don't recognize, we don't want to believe that I have a fear. That is why I'm reacting, I'm blaming and complaining and fighting. I don't recognize that. We briefly touched upon that topic, and one interacts with about, I told you that we don't recognize and realize and sit down to see that how small the world in which we live as compared to the entire universe. And I gave you an example. Out of 9 billion people, I interact throughout my life maximum with 500 people with two compartments, two divisions. One I don't like, I dislike, I hate, and I react, and other I'm attached, I'm craving for it. And we live in such a small world, and we have the impulsive nature. We don't recognize, we don't want to recognize. It is not that we don't recognize, we don't want. So when you don't want, we are living in the false, you are living into the fears. And then we discussed about the fears, four fears at the physical level, at the emotional level, at the mental level, and also at the intellectual level. If the fear is at the intellectual level, it is very dangerous. It is very deep. And then we practiced the breathe mindfulness. But I took an incidental diversion in the last week's session also. I said you have to remember the practice framework, practice steps. Practice is an acronym, it has got 8 steps. You have to prepare it. Now, how to get rid of not only this fear, but also the anxiety, duality, and a conflict in our daily living. So I discussed that there is a P in acronym. First letter of the acronym practice is P. I have to prepare. I have to prepare every day my mind in the morning. Otherwise, it will go back and it will say today is a bad morning. I had a problem. The mind, impulsive mind, will return. So from fear, from anxiety to safety, if you don't prepare the mind, I am very busy. Yes, you remain busy and continue to live into that stress and anxiety. Second point is also very important. First, you prepare the mind in the morning and you reflect in the evening. That is the letter R. So, why you reflect? Because you bring the unconscious material at the conscious level every day before going to sleep so that you sleep better, you have an undisturbed sleep, and the next day morning you your mind moves into peace and happiness. But on the other side, you have also to reflect on that what causes your attachment and the fears and anxiety throughout the day. That we take care in the second step, reflect your daily living. By a third, A is applying the Eastern wisdom principles. So they are not intellectual tools. Unless you digest them, you apply them daily, then the life will change. Our goal is awakening. Our goal is realization. What it means, simple realization. Don't go into the complex definition. I want happiness in the morning, yes. In the afternoon, yes. In the evening, yes. In the night, yes. With everyone, yes. In all the relations, yes. At all the time, yes. In all the situations, yes. That is what the awakening is. It cannot be attained by the mind, but mind is an instrument. It comes from deeper within, from the real self. So if that is our goal, but if our goal is to have a relaxation in every session and then we forget, then continue the journey. The fourth letter is contemplate on the principle. You have to connect yourself. C means connection, or you can say connect yourself with the real. Connect yourself with the real. That is the C letter. C letter, transform. After connecting, you transform your attitude, your behavior, and conduct, and don't shy. Don't shy to change. We don't shy to react. We don't shy to blame. We don't shy. Why not we? Why not we? Why we shy to change? Then I letter is the internalize. Internalize simply means that I should keep a memory of what I learn every day. Internalize memory. I keep the memory of who inserted me even 10 years ago. And the moment that person comes in front, we have a sense of disliking. But we don't want to keep in our memory these simple principles. So they both are opposite. Your blame, complaint, and the past impressions of reaction moves in one direction. So if you remember this, you will forget these principles of Eastern wisdom. Do whatever you want to do. You may be the genius, but you will forget. You have to leave them. And then the second last letter is the C, cultivate sincerity and commitment, not to me, not to anyone, but to yourself. That I want peace and happiness and the joy in my life. I want to have a love in my life. That is what, sincerity and commitment. And ultimately, the last letter is, last letter is experience. So once you follow the previous 7 steps, you will recognize that you have started changing. If you start changing, your behavior started changing, your attitude changes. We need not to shy upon that. Oh, let me take this adventure in my life. So remember, P, prepare, R, reflect your daily living, A, applying the Eastern wisdom principles, C, connect to the connect to the real, connect to the company of the real. That is what connect with the real. T, T means that you learn, you transform, you transform through these principles. You transform through these, transform with the satsang, or you can say these principles. I letter is internalization, the memory. C is the cultivation, cultivate, practice, and E is the experience. If you don't do that, and you are asking for an awakening, and you don't do that, and you want a total freedom from the fear. In our Eastern wisdom, our master speaks that once you have a glimpse of the real self, you have a freedom from the fear. Once and forever. The moment you touch, the moment you sense, the moment you are aware of that real self, you have a total freedom from the fear. Fear is a very small thing in Eastern wisdom. And once you become totally realized to that state of consciousness, obviously the freedom is not there. So we have been now, I took an incidental diversion to explain you the practice acronym, the 8 steps. Why? Because so that you follow these steps to get rid of the fear. Understanding is one part, and application by the practice is other part. Under the practice, you have a breathe acronym at the 7th level. That is what I say, cultivate practice with the sincerity. So are we, I believe we are clear the way we are moving ahead, taking couple of these lessons on the fear. Listening once a week does not qualify as a spiritual gym membership. It is not going to help. I just membership once a week. And I'm already paying $20, $40 a month, unlimited access. So my impulsive mind wants to have an access. So today I have went there. Master says impulsive mind cannot learn and cannot understand any principle of Eastern wisdom. I have to get rid of it. That is the imperative of the mind. And that causes the fear. With the impulsive mind, I go to the gym and nothing happens. I just do, I sweat and return, and again, the same mind, the same way, that pattern of thinking and attending the sessions will not help you. Waking up anxious and then saying I was too anxious to prepare my mind is like saying I was too dirty to take a shower. I don't understand. So that misunderstanding, that non understanding because of ignorance. Ignorance because I don't follow the 8 steps every day. What did I say? I'm repeating. I was too anxious to prepare my mind. Prepare your mind, you simply start the Mangalacharan mantra the moment you wake up in the morning. But you are saying, I was too anxious to prepare my mind. It is like saying I was too dirty to take a shower. These thoughts never enters the mind if you don't follow a discipline with sincerity. Then the same thing, and out of 500 people, 2 compartments, you are engaged there. And even after 50, 60 years, have you never thought that I have been into anxiety and reaction for the last 50 years, millions of times? Why? How? Why should I not get rid of it? My false I. And I'm frustrated. I react. I don't want to get rid of it. Outwardly, superficially, I say I want to get rid of it. My partner creates a lot of anxiety in me, really. Why it happens? Branding others as full of ego, anyone, including your partner, branding others as full of ego while feeling totally innocent turns out to be a very reliable test for your own ego. Whereas the seeker now recognize with a, as if you are a seeker, you will recognize it. It is my problem. It is not the full of ego or others. Find out what you think even now. Don't tell me. But you still feel, oh, others have ego, that is why I have a problem. It means you have a big ego. You don't want to get rid of it. So it is hidden. So your own ego is you hide yourself, and then the four floors of fear are always with you at the physical, at the emotional, mental level, and the intellectual level. And then you continue. Then you blame the teacher and the Eastern wisdom. Nothing is happening. It's all. But yes, continuous listening followed by adhering to the practice plus breathe will help you change your day. Depending on depending on you. If you don't prepare your mind in the morning, so you are not able to reflect how many times you went into anxiety. In the modern life, anxiety reaction is a new normal. New normal. I wake up in the morning, I caffeinate it, I caffeinate my body. What about the mind? For mind, you have to prepare the mind with the Mangalachara. Then only the change will come. Otherwise, you may think you are a genius. Nothing is going to happen. No change will take place. No change will take place, my friends. So understand, I gave you an acronym of practice. I gave an acronym of breathe. And with that, with the breathe is a practice. And under practice is included in the 8-step practice. It is the seventh, is the breathe one. The other steps I should follow regularly. I should remember them by heart and I should follow. Anytime there is a sense of anxiety, my mind can take a right action and I can get rid of my anxiety. It depends on you. It depends on you. Again, I'm repeating practice. P, prepare the mind every day in the morning. R, reflect daily in the evening. Asking simple question. How many times I had the fear, anxiety, or ego? Or simply ask yourself, how many times I was disturbed? We may get disturbed by so many in events, people, relationship. Ask why. Contemplate and reflect. Then apply the principle, the third step. Apply the principles. Check that you get rid of the fear. Have a good night sleep. That is what, even during the day, you can reflect. So PRA, and then C, connect to the real. Eastern wisdom simply means satsang. And satsang, the meaning of the satsang means the company of the real. So the moment you move your mind to the real means which cannot be changed. It is unchanging identity. So when it is unchanging identity, there has to be no fear. Connect with, and that connection will help us through understanding. We transform our life by understanding. That is the T word. And then I is internalization. Instead of remembering, or remembering the group of the people which causes you the blame and complaint, I, including near and dear ones, I should remember these principles which will help me to move into the peace and happiness. I, PRACT, I, and then C word, cultivate the practice means breathe practice. I have to live into that. You have more time on a given day. You have half an hour. Let us do the breathe practice. We will spend such a boring practice of breathe. Instead, I will call someone to have a gossip, and the gossip leads you to anxiety. And then you are frustrated. You call your friend for to spend some good time, and your friend makes some statement which feels insulting. You say, I will talk to you later, let me hang up. And after hang up, you are already frustrated. The last letter is E. E is we don't want to leave it. I can bet you why I'm stressing it again and again. My mind does not want to leave. You wake up in the morning, you had your lunch in the afternoon, you are free. Your mind does not go to these principles. Instead, it wants to talk to someone, enter into the gossip, and again frustrated. I'm telling you the truth. So when this thing happens, then we see even after 50 years, we cannot get rid of this anxiety and duality and a conflict at all. So come back to the prepare the mind. We have understood that prepare the mind. We have understood reflect on the living. And you have to reflect on the living what kind of a thought, speech, and action you perform during the day. Which thought, speech, and action causes you anxiety, causes you reaction, causes you the pressure. Uh, then you analyze, you reflect on that. We interact with the world either through the internal thinking. Me, or what is that internal thinking? You meet a friend, and friend says you something, and you have a thought in the mind. Oh, look at this crazy. She thinks that she is more smart. You are thinking in your mind. You are destroying yourself. You have nothing to do with it. And by speech, and then by an action. I have found many people who told me that they never spoke anything against anyone, but their mind was filled with reaction, duality, and a conflict, and they have destroyed their life. That is why we have to reflect on it. Reflect. So, reflect means you evaluate. You evaluate your personality, your attitude, your behavior, and conduct that lies behind your thought, speech, and action will help you. But when you do it will only happen if you follow, you prepare the mind early in the morning, and that will. The third step is that you know Mangalacharan, you know the breathe practice, you know the breath awareness, you know these principles. You instantly remember, oh, I have an anxiety. Let me check four floors of the fear. And the more and more you contemplate and reflect, you shift your mind from the ignorance, from the delusion to the wisdom, and the life will be beautiful. I want to cover one more point here: how to suffer every day. Oh, that is not why I am attending the lesson. Yes, so that once you know that how to suffer every day, then you will not do what I'm going to say. So if you live your life with a fragile I, what is fragile I am? That keeps on changing. that has a strong likes and dislikes, that instantly reacts mentally and emotionally. How it reacts? If my money is happy, I am happy. If my bank account is happy, I am happy. If my boss is happy, I am happy. If my partner is happy, then I am happy. If my children are happy, and I am happy. So you have already created a dependence. It is a fragile lie. It is not going to make you happy. You have to think about it. How to suffer. I'm just talking about how you should suffer every day. Second point, how should you suffer every day? You have a pleasure seeking mind. You are with your partner, you are seeking. Oh, what the hell, I asked you to sit with me and you are doing your own work. Means I'm seeking pleasure from others, including the partner and the world outside. The mind's GPS is set to outside only. And when it is set to outside only, you have more likes, more dislikes, more attachment, more detachment, more profit, more loss, more praise, more insult. You will be full of suffering every day. You have to check yourself. Our title is How to Suffer Every Day. So you have to think opposite. Then there is a vicious cycle app. The moment we have many apps in the phone, so desire pops up. Any desire pops up, I don't recognize it, I don't analyze it. It pops up, we chase it, get some pleasure, then anxiety, then fear, then frustration, then we repent, I will not do this thing again. We escape into the temporary silence. We repeat it again. That is what we have been doing for the last 50, 60 years. We are ready to do it. Then age does not auto update your wisdom. Remember this. Normally we have a wrong proverb is there, but it's a wrong proverb. Now we say gray hair is a sign of wisdom. I may be stupid with the same gray hair. Like the donkeys, you have the polar bears. They also have gray hairs. So age does not auto update your wisdom. You have to work for it. And I'm your grandmother and you are doing like this. You don't have a sense. Come and ask yourself, do I have a sense? Don't believe that proverb. It's a wrong proverb. So what these example indicates the problem is not me. It is my mind. Mind is not broken, but the mind lives in delusion. It lives in fear. It lives in anxiety. That is why I am suffering. You will appreciate what a beautiful talk you gave. It has nothing to do with a beautiful talk. Did you digest it? Are you living into that? That is more important for the teacher of the Eastern wisdom. Did you really apply it? You can listen to these talks on the YouTube also. Oh, it's a beautiful guy, beautiful talk. Nothing will change inside unless something changes you inside. Then only we are not impressed. As a teacher of the Eastern wisdom, we are not impressed by your bank account, by your beauty, by your business card, by your social media glow. We are only whether you brought out, you change your attitude, behavior, and conduct, and then you express individually or in a group that I have changed a lot. I remember Monday's group session. This guy learning, he has been learning for a couple of years. So the way we share our experiences, so I asked him to share your experiences. So he shared with everyone. It was an eye opener. He said, sir, previously I was, my partner used to say that you get angry over small things. It is not good. They have two kids. Now he's stopped. His anger has gone. His fear has gone. He had from his side, he has a wonderful relationship. So after almost a year, now he says that now my wife says, why don't you become angry over the kids? They don't listen to me. Look at the change. Look at the insight. It's not easy to say this. But if you say this, it means you have changed. And then the third point he said, now I don't want to go back. There is no chance that I should get upset and angry. I should talk to my kids and I will invite them. So I talk to them, I invite them, I am friendly with them, and they are changing. It will take some time. So he was laughing. He said, previously he said that you used to become angry. Now he says, why don't you become angry? This is the nature of the world outside. You are the best person, you are the kind person. The world is not going to leave you any chance to insert, react, and why? Because the world is made up of ignorance and delusion. And if you react, still they blame you. Our masters have understood this and realized. They said your testimony is that you change inside. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. Did you change inside? And that is why it created a very simple platform. Acronym practice has to be, each step has to be followed every day, followed by the breathe practice. Breathe is exclusive practice. The rest are the 8 steps you have to apply. Some of them is mentally and intellectually, and the breathe practices practically during the day. Not only that, say for you prepare the mind in the morning and you have 5 or 10 minutes, just you are in the kitchen, you do it mentally. All practices can be done mentally. I'm in the kitchen and I'm abusing my friend. Mind is busy there. I'm reacting to my partner. All the practices, 99% of the practices can be done mentally. It is the mind we want to change. It is the mind we want to change. But we don't have time, unless I complain and blame others in my daily life. Why? Because I didn't prepare the mind in the morning. And when I don't prepare the mind, then this is going to happen. Do whatever. You may be extremely wise, intelligent. It will continue to happen. That is the process. Unless I follow the entire method, this is what is going to happen. So let us come to the breathe acronym. Close your eyes. We have to be means the build the ground, build the ground. So you remember building the ground means be in first align, adjust your body. So now you consciously align and adjust the body. If your impulsive mind aligns and adjusts the body, then what will happen? Your body will move 1 million times. And you will think that you are doing good. You are not doing good. I know my seat number is 5. I sit on the 5's number seat. No, I wake up and then I say, oh, is it 6? Is it 7? So my mind, body is visiting. No, that does not work. That is not the sign of a seeker. So once you align your body and adjust, finished. You experience the place, position, and posture. Then the R, acronym R, you recognize, you return the senses, or you recognize the senses to why to move within. Means what is that? That that step is I said that step is being comfortable. Means or change the direction of the mind. It when you practice regularly and daily, one day you will experience, you will see mind is leaving the world outside and now it is naturally moving inside. You have a direct, deeper experience of that. But then how I take your mind to that experience, I say move your mind on the skin of the body. That means I give some object for your mind. Huh? You start playing with the mind. You see the skin of the head and the face and the neck and the shoulder and the front and the back and the whole body. And as you move your mind on the skin of the body, you experience sensation, comfort, and comfort, and steadiness. You see the comfort comes. Why the comfort comes? Because you have left the desire for happiness from the world outside. You have left the association of the body, mind, intellect, and that is why it brings a sense of steadiness. I'm still continuing with the basic teaching of the mindfulness. I'm waiting when we can go deeper. Oh, you can go deeper. It will not be absorbed. So once you move the mind, you change the direction, you start noticing. What you start noticing? You start noticing the thoughts and the feelings in the mind. And the feelings may be unwelcome, uninvited. It is okay. You notice that is more important. And if you notice, it means there are two things. How to understand? When I say I see you, so there is a seer and there is a seen. You are the seen, I am the seer. See, sentence is one, phrase is one, I see you. Same way, I am anxiety, so I am plus anxiety is there, means observer and observed is there. Observer and observed is there. So when you keep on watching this, you separate it. You separated. You separated. You're the observer and the observed. So we have completed BRE. Experience the observer is the third step, and then we activate the wisdom. We activate the wisdom. What is that wisdom? We remember. So if the thoughts and feeling, they are coming and going, let them come and go. But any time they come, you superimpose, may there be happiness for all. May there be peace for all. Any other unwelcome thought comes, may there be peace for all. May there be happiness for your mind returns to the reaction you experienced yesterday with your friend, and a sense of anger and a blame idea comes, and you say, may there be happiness for you. Are weakening that nature of the mind, impulsive nature of the mind, by saying it. Means you are activating the wisdom. You are moving from the impulsive mind to the wisdom mind. May there be auspiciousness for all. So you pick up three and four, uh, big words, big phrases. You move from impulsive or deluded mind to the wisdom mind. If you don't say it, it will not change you. So when you do that, you will find that you have less thoughts. You have less unwelcome and uninvited thoughts in your mind. So you need to repeat it. Even you are in the kitchen, may there be peace for all. Mind is free there. Why don't you use it? May there be joy for all. May there be happiness for all. Your mind goes to any thought of reaction, fear. Oh, may there be auspiciousness for all. So it means you have taken a better opportunity anytime, anywhere to do that. Once you find a sense of lightness in the mind, as if the mind is not interested in entertaining uninvited, unwelcome thoughts from the memory from the past, you move to the T word, BREA. We have done activated the wisdom, and T is means the tending the breath. And I made you so simple, the three-pointed attention on the breath. How easy it is. Why I tending the breath? To check if the mind is not at all. It is disinterested in unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. Means what? It is not interested in the impulsive nature of the mind. Then what? Opposite of impulsive nature is calmness. So what is tending the breath? You are aware, you feel the breath is going in and out. You are aware, you know the breath is going in. First point. Second point is sensation. Third point, you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So when you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath, you feel the sensation and you check the moving in and coming out breath. Means the mind is engaged in the beginning, then it gets absorbed in the three-pointed attention of the breath. And when the mind gets absorbed in the three-pointed attention on the breath, you know what happens? First time you experience freedom from the fear and anxiety. That is why we tend the breath. Tending breath. Continue. You are in the fifth step of this mindfulness meditation. So, in the tending the breath, we had three-pointed attention, and then we move to the next step is harmonize. Means you sync the mind with the breath using Om Shanti mantra. It means four-point attention. Means every time the breath goes in, you see Om Shanti is on that breath going in and on the breath coming out. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. But you pay attention. Do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. And now is the time to do nothing. Embody. Embody means that you embody peace now. So in that state, you are in a state of doing nothing. Means you are in a state of happening. You note happening. So what it means by a happening? Or there may be images, visions, colors, They may pop up. Let them pop up, come and go. Colors, tingling sensation, heaviness, lightness. These changes are good indication, but we should not be attached to them. For example, if you are getting attached to for bodilessness and every time you want a state of bodilessness, it will backfire. It will destroy your meditation. We need not to do that. We need not to be attached. We just aware of happening. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can also say in your mind, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. How are you, Sophie?
I'm good, thank you, Girish. It was good meditation. Um, I've noticed that I notice my mind more, but I notice it after it has happened,
Yes, yes.
not before it
In the
happens.
beginning, it happens. And gradually, you will notice that now I notice before it happens, you give a break.
Hmm.
And when you give a break, it will it will help you a great deal. Beautiful. How are you, Charlie?
I'm good. Um, I could I could hear you talking, and I was in an aware place, but there was a separation between what you were saying and where I was. That's the best I can describe it.
Yes, that is how we understand by experience, by cognition, that all the thoughts are separate from me, whether it's coming from your mind or my mind or anyone's. That separation breaks the attachment and duality and a conflict. So that is also a good point in mindfulness. How are you, Anne? You have to unmute. Yes.
Yeah, it's important that you really, whatever you do, every waking hour, to be able to be in charge of your awareness.
Yeah.
That any idea that comes to your
Yes.
to your head, refuse it if it's something negative to you. And I think we have to catch ourselves at that moment.
You're right. You handle the mind, otherwise, the mind will handle you. So, how to handle the mind? Follow the practice acronym regularly. So, what happens even during waking hours? You are in charge. You are the boss. Mind is not the boss. It is not that you dislike a person, you say, okay, I will go into the room, practice meditation, then come out. When you come out, you'll have the same feeling. There and then, if you have not been practicing regularly, the impulsive mind returns again. It's a valid point. It's a very good point. Yeah, during the waking hours, I have to live into that state. And that state comes. That is why I have these two acronyms. Beautifully said. How are you, Meet?
I feel a combination of steadiness and stillness,
Yes.
which helps because sometimes the outside world becomes very overwhelming to me.
Yeah.
But if I come back to this steady practice, I can, should I say, recover or
There are two things. Steadiness, peace is very good that I experience in the practice. But if I handle the mind, I recognize the world outside cannot overwhelm me. Why? It is a dead matter.
yes.
So that is the next level. But as long as I feel the world is causing the problem to me, it means I have attachments, I have fears, my mind is full of reactive thought against the world. The world is not going to change. The world will remain as it is. It's not going to change at all. I have to change my response, and there comes the mind. I have to handle the mind instead the mind handles me. That is all for today. Thank you very much. We'll meet again.
Thank you.